And Pate, there was episodes through our lives that were just, we had the first permit to produce alcohol in the state of Texas. A group of guys got together and we got a permit. We had a state representative here that was powerful in Austin, and he got us a permit, and we went to Georgia and bought a steel and brought her back, and then that led us into a deal where we had quite a few investors, and we drilled for oil, and Pate knows all the numbers on that, but and that was fun.
That
You know?
we had the OPEC killer. It was a big orange steel. Look, kind of about that size. I won't never forget, we had 20 guys invested in the OPEC killer. And the first thing we done after the group went and got it in Georgia, Charles was one of them, we decided to show it at the fairs. First one was at West Texas Fair at Abilene, then the Tri-State Fair at Amarillo, then South Plains Fair at Lubbock. So we were showing them, trying to sell them and also promote alcohol. And we had a guy in the group named Bob Graves. He was a tremendous salesman. Him and his wife and another couple, and Susie and I, my wife, we were there at Lubbock showing this, and a group walked up. Here was our OPEC killer sitting there. And one of these guys, I think they were from O'Donnell, said, "Exactly how does this work?" Bob said, "Well, whatever you want to make alcohol out of, watermelons, pie melons, corn, whatever, you put it in that burner right yonder. You turn the heat up and it'll come out over yours alcohol." And they said, "Man." So he showed him exactly how that process worked.
That's a true story.
Well,
And they wound up buying one.
They couldn't resist it.
Anyway, that was good.
now you got me going. Did that lead to the decline of morality in Cottle County? Introducing alcohol, and where was your market? Where would most of that
There was
product
no
go
market.
to? There was no
And-
market.
Oh, there was Ford. Some guy had a Ford and developed a carburetor that would run on it. And I wasn't in town that day, but Pate and Bob Graves were there.
We met a guy, my brother met a guy that had developed a carburetor that would run on like 160 proof alcohol. And we were making 200 proof. So he said, well, real simple. He brought his car from Arlington here to Paducah so we could test it. And so we had met down here at the Ford house. And he said, well, real simple. All we got to do is put so much of the 200 proof alcohol in the tank and fill the rest up with water. And it'll be 160 proof, which is my carburetor's designed for. So about 5 or 6 of us jumped in the car to give it a test drive. We put our alcohol in and we drove around to the Texaco station to fill the rest of the tank up with water. And there was a guy there running that station. That's when you come out and give service. It wasn't self-serve. And name of Bobby Thompson, who was an old-time cowboy. And he had been working as manager of the Triangle Range. But something had come up and he wasn't there any longer, and he'd come into town and got a job that day, first day. So he come running out there, best guy in the world, best cowboy too. He come walking out there and said, what's for you fellers? He knew everybody. And said, well, fill her up, Bobby. Well, we talking about water and his thing about gasoline. He said, well, pull up a little bit. I said, oh no, with water. Well, he's thinking about the radiator. He wasn't thinking about the fuel tank. So he said, well, back up a little bit. No, we're right where we want to be. We just want water in the fuel tank. I ain't touching that. So we jump out there like a bunch of smart alecks, and we get that water hose, and we open the fuel tank, and we're spurting water in it. Bob says, "Didn't they say put a couple of aspirins in there?" And I said, "I got 2 Excedrins, will that work?" And I just stowed them in the fuel tank. Said, "What we owe you, Bobby?" And he said, "None of that blame." We jumped in there and rolled off. Of course, we got about 2 miles out of town before we switched it over to the auxiliary tank. But it run, man, it run 75 in the daytime, 55 at night. But with that, wasn't you in that car, Red?
Part of the time. Rest, you know, it was just funny. You know, I mean, the way it worked out.